Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys all the pieces I kept from 2023 for myself. So many people ask me like, oh my god, how do you not keep everything, or which ones did you keep? So I wanted to share some of the pieces I ended up keeping for myself from my suppliers this past year. This is just some of them, but I'll show you all the pieces I ended up keeping. So let's jump in. I'm so excited. I did this video a few years back and you guys really enjoyed it, so I wanted to make another part. The first piece I ended up keeping is this gorgeous Carnelian Sphere. It has a little druzy pocket right here and it just has the most gorgeous patterning. I love all the waves and the coloring. There's a little bit of purple. It's just a really special piece, and I found one on another Etsy shop that I wanted to purchase that looked exactly like this, but it was like an insane amount of money. I want to say it was like almost $300 or something. It was from a shop outside of the US and I think it was a lot bigger, so I just decided if I love that one so much I should just keep this one. So that is the first piece I kept, which is a Carnelian Sphere. Next, I'm sure you guys will recognize this, but I finally decided to keep one of the palm stones from my Mexican supplier. I've bought from him 3 or 4 times now and I haven't kept a piece, and I really connected with this piece. It has a really beautiful flash right here, but the fluorite is this really aqua and blue color, and I really love the striations and patterns it makes, and it's just a really special piece. So that was the fluorite piece I ended up keeping. Next, this one is such a fun one because it's so cute and unassuming, but it's this little pink amethyst piece from a Brazilian supplier I no longer work with. I had gotten a batch of these mini pink amethysts and I just felt so connected to this one. I love how rich the green is and the points are just incredible, and it was such a special little piece. That was one I just loved, and I think it sits so nicely with that fluorite piece. The next 2 pieces I kept were these flower agate. This one actually looks really boring. Let me flip it over. These 2 green flower agate palm stones. I've literally just haven't brought myself to list them, and I think it's because I just love the coloration. I love the red here mixed with the mint and the pink and the yellow. It's just such a beautiful piece. And then this gorgeous chalcedony agate on the back. And then this piece, I just really love the kind of neon yellow green. It's almost an all green piece. So these were the 2 green flower agates I kept. If you've been with me a really long time, you know I absolutely love green flower agates, so I had to keep some pieces to myself. You can see there's a very strong green vibe going on. Continuing with some more green, I finally bit the bullet and decided to keep this piece. This was from my moss agate in Carnelian launch. This was a special moss agate launch because it had pink inclusions in it. You can see the pink along this piece, and this one is just so beautiful, and it has a portal in it, which is amazing. So much druzy, so much color. It's kind of this soft pastel coloring, and I really don't have a lot of spheres in my collection, and if you haven't seen my collection part 1 video, I'll leave it linked down below or up in the eye so you can click to watch it. But I just don't have a ton of spheres, so I really wanted to add a couple more spheres, and this is the piece I ended up keeping. And we do still have a few of these available. They are on the pricey side, but 1,000,000% worth it because they are absolutely stunning and they are all natural. Okay, the next piece I just felt so connected with was this crazy lace agate sphere, and this whole other half of it is quartz, and I just love the way the crazy lace agate wraps around the quartz. It's just so unique. I've never seen anything quite like it, and I was just like, oh, I gotta list that, oh, I gotta list that, and I just never did. It's just such a beautiful piece, and if you can tell really closely here, it goes from purple to red to blue to white, and then it fades into this almost pinky colored quartz, basically an iron stain quartz, and it's just a really remarkable piece. So I was like, you know, I don't have any crazy lace in my collection, so this is the piece I ended up keeping. And then I have one more sphere. This is the last sphere I ended up keeping, but this was one from Tucson year 1, and I have not been able to find these again, and I'm so glad I ended up keeping a piece. This is a blue gray moonstone, and I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but it's this really beautiful pale ashy blue, and it's just so stunning. It does have a sheen on it. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera or not, but I had maybe like 6 or 7 of these, and they were just so stunning, and all the rest of them sold, and I never listed this one, and I kept being like, okay, I need to list that, and then I just never did. So it ended up in my collection. It's just such a soothing moonstone, and I've carried moonstone, all different colors, all different types of moonstone, and I've never been able to find this quality or this color of moonstone ever since. I bought this in Tucson back in 2022, so I am going to Tucson in a few weeks, so I will be looking for more, but if I do get more, just know they're very rare, this coloring. And then another piece I ended up keeping, you guys will probably recognize, is this piece. This is a Smokey Quartz, and it's an all-natural Smokey Quartz. It hasn't been treated or heated. It truly is this dark and this black, and it has a really cool phantom point right here. Not only is it just a Smokey Quartz, it's a completely unpolished piece, and it's an celestial, so it's just incredibly special. I had shown this one in my Tucson vlog from last year, 2023, and this supplier, it was the first time I had worked with them, and I fell in love with all of the pieces he had. Just had some of the most unique pieces from Brazil. I will be stopping by his booth again, and I think he will have more of these, but this was just such a special witchy piece, and I had so many people asking me about this one, and it was one I just ended up keeping, but it's so pretty. Another piece I ended up keeping is this stunning Citrine Raw piece covered in lepidolite with green tourmaline. This one was one I picked up in Tucson, and it is just on another level stunning. This is from another Brazilian supplier. You can see the watermelon tourmaline right here, the pink outlined with the green. It's just such a spectacular piece. Not only the fact that it's citrine, but it's covered in lepidolite and watermelon tourmaline. Some of my favorite combos. I've looked for pieces like this for years, and I had this listed on my Etsy for many months, and no one decided to buy this beauty, so I was like, that must mean it's meant for me. I gave it its best shot, but it's just such a stunning piece. I couldn't sell it at the end of the day, and it sits so nicely with that pink amethyst piece. And this one is a very similar specimen. This one I got from one of my favorite Brazilian suppliers. They had a whole lot of citrine and lepidolite together, and I still have some pieces left from that collection, which I'm like so surprised people haven't snagged up, because they're just really stunning raw citrine with incredible unique inclusions on them. So this was one of the pieces that ended up not selling, and I thought, you know what? I think this is one that I'm gonna add to my collection. So it's citrine just absolutely coated in lepidolite. And if you guys are new to my channel, citrine is super good for money manifestation. It's one of my absolute favorite stones for money manifestation, and lepidolite is just so good for anxiety. So I think this is such a powerhouse combo, and it's really uncommon to come across citrine and lepidolite together. Very specific veins of the mine have these two minerals growing and forming together. So that's why this piece is just so special along with this piece. Now this piece is even extra special because it has the watermelon tourmaline on it. And if you guys have been watching my channel, you know I'm a big fan of combo minerals that form and grow together. It just makes that mineral so much more rare and special, and truly a collector's piece. So a lot of the pieces I'll be looking for at the upcoming gem shows will be these combo minerals, because it's very rare that they form together, and we may not ever see them form together. Maybe 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks before we ever find mineral combos like this. So when you see them, snag them because they are so rare. So that was one I ended up keeping because it's just incredibly stunning and so soothing. Okay, another piece. This is gonna seem like such a silly piece to keep, but I felt so incredibly drawn to it. So I picked this piece up in Denver last year, and it's a beautiful milky fluorite from Brazil, and the phantom fluorite in here is just so beautiful. But what I found really special about this piece is the dendritic inclusions on the tip. Fluorite with dendritic inclusions is really uncommon, especially with this large of a dendritic inclusion. So I thought that piece was just so special, and I ended up keeping it. Fluorite's really good for people who are overthinkers, so I really don't have a ton of fluorite in my collection besides the Mexican fluorite, and this piece is just so beautiful. And if you guys can't tell, you can see I'm very drawn to specific colors. Another piece I ended up keeping is from Indonesia. This is a pink crazy lace agate, and I have never been able to work with this supplier again, so I've been working to find this material in other shapes, but this is such a stunning piece, and I really love the pink and the orange combo. This was just probably one of my favorites. These sold out so fast when I had them, so I'm hoping I can get more, but super stunning piece. These next pieces are somewhat more bougie. I'm sure you've seen this piece if you've watched my channel before, but if you haven't, it is a absolutely incredible barrel piece. This I kept from my Lavender Moon quartz supplier, and this baby was very expensive, but I just couldn't walk away. I kept staring at it. I wish I could buy everything in his shop. He has some of the most unique high-grade pieces, and I'm definitely planning on seeing him again in Tucson to get some really special collector's pieces like this. They will be expensive, but they are 1,000,000% worth every penny because these are just incredible. Another amazing piece I kept this year, you may have seen this piece, is the purple kunite from my supplier in Tucson. These come from Afghanistan, and if you've watched my collection video, I talked about this a little bit before. The aquamarine and kunite mines have been sold to China, so now they own the mine. So what he is saying is he's expecting prices to go up, and now this material won't be as readily available. What's special about this piece is it's covered in rainbows. I don't know if I showed that very well in my collection video, and it's also a heart. So this is one piece of kunite that I just couldn't walk away from and I couldn't sell. I have a sister piece of aquamarine that goes with this piece in my collection. And then these two pieces you'll probably recognize if you watch my unboxing videos, but these were two of the diamonds I ended up keeping. This is a citrine diamond, and I love the jumbo rainbow on this one. It was just a super spectacular piece. I am still working with the supplier to get more diamonds. It has been at least 2 months that they're cutting these, custom cutting these again for me. This was just the correlating number that goes with the stand because they all had custom stands. So this citrine diamond was one I kept. The other diamond was this golden healer diamond, and of course I love this one because of the insane dendritic inclusions. I absolutely love high grade golden healer, and I will try to get more of these if they have another lot of them, but they are stunning. I think I have one piece left, but it's more of a white golden healer with dendritic inclusions, but that piece, chef's kiss, and it has a rainbow. And if you've seen my recent collection video, you'll also know I kept this piece, which is a stunning piece of quartz with epidote on it, and these are from Turkey, and this is all natural. The glittery epidote just forms on the quartz like that. Someone had asked me if it was glued on. It is not. It is just completely natural like this, and I knew I was gonna keep one piece, and it was so tricky to figure out which piece to keep, but this ended up being the winner. And I do have, I think, 3 pieces left, 1 small and 2 larger. But if you are looking for a statement collection piece, these are so unique, so special. They give such fairy tale vibes. I absolutely love them. And if those other pieces don't sell, they're coming to my collection. And then the last piece that I ended up keeping was from my most recent haul, was this insane pink Salinite piece. And I read that it was actually hematite, so that's what the black is, but this specimen is insane. I had a lot of people show a lot of love for this piece, and they probably were like, why isn't it for sale? Because this is the one I decided to keep. Look at how stunning the bottom is. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful piece. And this is definitely going in my showcase. All right, those are all the pieces I ended up keeping from 2023. I think over the course of 2023, I probably sold over like at least 2,000 crystals, so I didn't end up keeping very much, but these are the pieces that really spoke to me. And usually when I consider keeping a piece, I won't list it right away, or sometimes I will, and if it doesn't sell, that's sometimes an indicator that it was just meant to be for me. But most of the time I do list the pieces, and if they don't sell, then I'll consider them for my collection. But if there's a piece that just speaks to me and it's like, I need to have this, then I won't even list it. I just end up pulling it for myself, because I know sometimes some of these pieces I'm never going to be able to find or source again. And that's a lot of the times how they end up coming in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it fun. It's a little bit of a different kind of recap for 2023. Let me know if you want any other recaps about how my shop did, or any kind of business recap. I haven't done those before, but if you're interested, I definitely put one together, like Etsy versus Shopify, or just like what was my best sellers or anything like that. Let me know if you'd want any other kind of 2023 recap video. But thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, I do crystal unboxings, I do crystal order packing, I do crystal hauls, and all kinds of fun crystal content. So if you like those kind of videos, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love you. Bye.